This is Dee with DJ Designs, and today I want to share with you the tools and supplies that I use to make my handcrafted earrings. If you're looking to upgrade or you just don't know what to buy, if you're just starting out, this is a video for you. The best part, they all come from Amazon. I will put links in the description of all of the tools that I'm demonstrating, and stay tuned and I'll show you all my secrets. Okay, my first favorite tool is a bail making pliers. I like this one because it has 6 different sizes, and at first I didn't know if this was going to really help me, but my common sizes that I use is this one and this middle one because I can make my own custom jump rings. I started doing larger earrings and I had trouble finding matching wires, larger wires to go with the earrings that I was doing. And then I did see this on YouTube. I believe it was Sherry Original Handcraft Designs. And when I saw that, I said, bingo! Anyway, it's a simple process where you just take the wires, excuse me, and bring them around like that. And once you get to 4, I think you can fit 4 comfortably, then you just cut it with the blunt end, and that'll bring me to my second favorite pliers, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so you cut each ring. I cut them individually, it's easier for me to do it that way. And I couldn't understand why I couldn't find these larger rings that was thicker on the 12 gauge wire. And look at that. Okay, this leads me to the second favorite jewelry tool, which is a cutter. And basically there's a blunt side and a side that doesn't cut blunt. And I'll show you what I mean. Like for instance, this side was not cut with the blunt end. You can see that there is like a jagged edge. This side, the blunt side, gives you a blunt cut. Look at that. Okay, and I'm going to do the other side just to show you again, and there you have it. It closes better, looks more professional, and there you have it. Okay, this leads me to the third favorite tool, and this is a larger bail making pliers. It's by Beadsmith. I really do like these. I'm able to achieve perfectly round designs. For example, like this earring, I was able to achieve that. And this particular one, it has some kind of coating on it so that you don't scratch your wire. And there's 3 different sizes on this one, okay? And this is a very good tool to have. I'm glad I did buy it because I was able to achieve perfectly round designs. Okay, and this is my 4th favorite tools, and actually they are the necessary tools, not necessarily my favorite, but if you're a beginner, these are the 4 pliers you want to start out with. And these actually are wire cutters. This is I'm not sure the name. These are round nose pliers. And this is a chain nose pliers, and some of them have the grit in it and some of them don't. Some of them has a better grip, but I think the reason why these that don't have a grip is it doesn't mar your wire. Okay, all right, like I said, these are the essentials that you need if you're just starting out. These 4 pliers. Okay, the next pliers that I did add to my collection was did a nylon jaw pliers. Okay, and it has like silicone caps on it to prevent you from marring your jewelry. For instance, if I had to twist that, I would use this to hold it, then I would twist the wire. Okay, my next favorite tool is a Beadsmith hammer, and you notice it has like a round ball end and it has like a flat end which is curved. And I'll show you why they do that. For instance, when I made these earrings, I wanted to get that distressed look, that hammered look. So if you use this end, you get little dents in it, and it just works perfectly. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and the flat ones, I'll show you the flat end of it. You take the flat end and it just flattens the wire and gives it a nice professional look. And how you do this is you hit it and you drag it, and look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but it gives it a nice finish when you're doing the wired earrings. Okay, and this is a steel block. This is very handy to have. You really don't need anything bigger than 3 inches because your earrings typically are not bigger than 3 inches, although I do make some that are bigger. But you typically don't need anything bigger than 3 inches. Okay. And my next favorite item that I get on Amazon are pinch bell clips. Okay, they do come in the silver tone and the gold tone. I haven't tried to see if it was in the antique finish, but I'll try that. But this is basically a pinch bell clip. You have to add your own earring wire. That's the only thing about these. Very thick, very professional. It could take a plain earring and it could really give it a professional look. And as you can see on the recent video that I did with the denim on wood laser cut earrings file, as you can see, I put it on, and you can use your hands if you want. You can use a pliers, but they're so easy to pinch. You really don't need one. That's why it's called a pinch bell clip. And look at that. Okay, and this is one of my favorite supplies that I use to make these type of earrings. Okay, and my last 6 items are items that I use when I'm doing my fabric on wood earrings. And if you've looked at any of my tutorials, you'll see I do a lot of fabric on wood. That's one of my favorite things to do with the laser cut earrings. And the first one is the 2-part resin. Okay, I love the 2-part resin. You have to put equal amounts of part A and part B. And I do use a scale. It's a regular food scale, and I weigh my amounts because they have to be exact. And if one has more than the other, it could really mess up your project. Ask me how I know. Okay, and this is UV resin. I also like the Let's Resin brand of this. Oh, I don't know if I told you, but this is Let's Resin. This is the Let's Resin brand of the UV resin. It's the high viscosity. I have good luck with this, but I'm also told Jaycee Creations, she uses the low viscosity, and she has an excellent video. I'll put the link in the description for that on how to do this, and it domes very well. Okay. Also like the Deco Art Duo Clear. It's a varnish, and I started using varnish on the back of my earrings because when I finish the earrings, I do paint them, and this seals it pretty good. Okay. And this is something new that I had bought. It's spray polyacrylic, and it is the clear satin finish. It's not the shiny one. I don't really like that shiny look, but it does give a satiny finish, and it does seal very well without using a paintbrush. Okay. It is in a spray can, and it's a very large can, so this should last a while. Okay. All right, and of course you're going to need wood, and this is 3mm basswood that I use. It's fairly inexpensive. I do get this on Amazon, and I think it's a very good wood to use for the scrapping projects. When I do the scrap earrings or the fabric earrings, it's very good. And this particular brand that I use, they're very flat. I don't have a problem with the wood warping. Okay. And lastly, if you've been watching some of my videos, you know I like Alene's Tacky glue. Okay. And this is what I use to put on my basswood before I put the fabric, because it does need to adhere, and I would let it dry maybe 15-20 minutes before you put it in the laser cutter. I really like this product. I haven't swayed away from anything else. I tried the spray, but this one really works very, very well. Okay, this will conclude my tutorial on my favorite tools to use to make earrings and also for the fabric earrings. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.